Hello and welcome to CSMS College of Polytechnic, Aurangabad. Friends, myself AP Tade, lecturer in chemistry, CSMS College, Polytechnic, Aurangabad. Friends, today we discuss about some general principle and general chemistry. So first question is, what is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science which deals with the study of basic principle of science and the concept related to various material such as metal, alloy, inorganic salt, polymer and structure of atom. Basically, chemistry having 5 branches: inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, analytical chemistry, physical chemistry and biochemistry. Chemistry is a big part of our everyday life. We start the day with chemistry. One can find the chemistry in daily life, in food we eat, the air we breathe. Our body is made of chemical composition, combination of different elements. For example, our body composition maximum contain oxygen and carbon. Remaining portion hydrogen, nitrogen and other elements are essential for the growth of our human body as well as carried out the chemical reaction in our body. For example, iron, it helps for the production of blood. Magnesium, it build muscle and bone. Sodium, it help in a nerve sign. Potassium, it regulate the heartbeat. Oxygen, it regulate the temperature. Similar way, chemistry is also related with our emotion. Whenever you feel happy, sad, relaxed or stressed, at that time chemical reaction take place in our body. It is because of chemical messenger called as neurotransmitter released in the brain that can help the other chemical reaction. Similar way, chemistry also important in plant as well as animal. So when we focus on animal as well as plant, we observe that plant showing photosynthesis reaction. So first question is, what do you mean by photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is nothing but a chemical reaction take place in presence of light. That means carbon dioxide, water and light, it gives food to plant. Chemistry in rust. With time we observe that iron shows rusting. That means it having orange red color over the material. It makes stuck to the material. Such yellow orange color known as rust or corrosion. It happen only due to the in presence of air or in absence of air. Chemical substances are also used for the commercial application purpose also. For example, for making of stainless steel, we use chromium as a protective material over the surface. It provides shiny surface with resist to corrosion. Similar way, we know that paint. Basically, paint apply on interior or exterior and number of places where to protect the material. So basically, paint is nothing but a chemical substance. It contains number of components. When you focus on the paint having pigments, binder, extender, solvent, additives, all they are made of from chemicals. Next one is polymer. So polymer is nothing but a plastic material. It is also made of from the chemical. Polymer basically divided into two parts: addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. Next one is lubricant. It is also made of from the chemicals. These are the some example of lubricant: animal oil, vegetable oil, grease, synthetic oil. They are made up from chemicals. So we are reviving the chemistry because we should know what is the actual elements, how they are placed, what is its atomic number, mass number, which fundamental particle are present in elements or atom. Basically, elements are divided into three categories. First one is solid, liquid and gas. So when we focus on the majority development in chemistry, it is observed that from 400 BC Democritus explained the concept of atom. From onward to till date, number of person, number of scientists explain his own view regarding atomic structure, chemical bonding, structure formation, chemical reaction. Out of this, in 1869, Mendeleev created one table and arranged different elements as per their increasing order, known as Mendeleev periodic table. When we focus on atom, each and every atom is made up of three basic fundamental particles, that is electron, proton, neutron, which is already studied in 10th standard. So we are focusing on periodic table because it is the main important topic. In periodic table, chemists try to arrange all elements or atom in a sequential manner. So this is modern periodic table. When we observe this modern periodic table, we found that near about 118 elements are present. Some are solid, some are liquid, and some are gaseous state. Some are radioactive also. Some metal are found in a liquid state, but most of metal are in a solid state. The history of modern periodic table. During the 19th century, chemists being categorized the element according to their similarity and their physical chemical property. The end result of those studies was modern periodic table, which is explained by Mendeleev. After Mendeleev, Johann Dobenainer explained a concept about triads. As per his theory, three elements in periodic table showing same characteristic. After that, John Newland also explained a new concept regarding octavans, but after a few days it gets cancelled. It not work. So Mendeleev periodic table is most essential and helpful for the understanding of physical and chemical property, location of elements in periodic table. When we observe the periodic table, all elements are arranged in an increasing order with their mass. After the discovery of unknown element in 1874 and 1885, it fact that Mendeleev predicted that scandium, gallium and germanium were amazingly close to the actual value. His table was generally accepted. Next is Henry Moseley. In 1913, he was performing an experiment on X-ray. At that time, he found that the nuclear charge of an element is actually calculated by Henry Moseley. But in First World War, he was killed, and from World War II, British soldiers are not allowed a scientist in his field. Next is Glenn Seaborg. He discovered near about 10 elements in actinide and lanthanide series. He also discovered one element which is named as seaborgonium, which having atomic number 106. For his discovery, he got Nobel Prize in 1951. When you closely observe the periodic table, we observe that some horizontal and vertical column are present. When you focus on horizontal row, it known as periods. All the horizontal row in a periodic table known as periods. So basically there are 7 periods in periodic table. When you observe that vertical column in periodic table known as group or family, there are number of family are present: boron family, carbon family, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So this is alkali metal. Next is alkaline earth metal. They are present under earth crust. These are the transition elements. They are play important role in manufacturing of metal, preparation of alloy. These are the inner transition elements, but maximally are the highly reactive. So that's why we are not using this. The halogen elements are generally inert in nature. Noble gas also. So when we focus on the periodic table, we have found that hydrogen family, alkali, earth metal and other. When we focus on metal, generally metal are never found in a free state. They are always in a combined state. When metal react with oxygen, known as oxide. When metal react with sulfate, known as sulfide. So depending upon the non-metal attached to the metal, different name are they are called hematite, magnetite, copper pyrite, and other. Next is boron family. So most essential and important for our study is carbon family. In carbon family, peat, lignite, bituminous, anthracite, and graphite are easily available. Okay. Coal is used for the solid fuel to produce electricity, as well as it is a solid fuel produced for the heat through the combustion. Similar way, petrochemical substance, fuel, gasoline, kerosene also used for the source of carbon. Next is halogen, noble gases. So in periodic table we observe that different elements arranged as per their increasing order. Some are in a solid state, gaseous state, liquid state. So modern periodic table is divided into three categories: metal, non-metal, and metalloids. The periodic table divided into two parts: group A and group B. Group A are alkali metal, alkali earth metal, aluminium, carbon family, nitrogen, oxygen, halogen, noble gas. In B, D and F elements are present. Basically, elements are contain four subshell: S, P, D, F. S for sharp, P for principal, D for diffusion, and F for fundamental. When this element combine with another element, it forms a new material known as alloy. So basically, alloy having two types. One is ferrous alloy, that means it should contain iron, and second one is non-ferrous alloy. It does not contain iron. So when we focus on the metal, so alloy is nothing but a combination of metal and non-metal, like low carbon steel, high carbon steel, medium carbon steel. One of most common example is stainless steel. It contains iron, carbon, manganese, and other impurity with chromium. It is used in a kitchen work, cutlery, pans, chains, wires. It resists to corrosion. Next is high speed steel. It is one kind of alloy. Next is dura-alumina, brass. They are also made up from the different metal. And next topic is explosion, like to the shattering violently burst apart. An explosive material, also known as explosion, it is reactive substance that contain a great amount of potential energy that can be produced an explosion if released suddenly, usually accompanied by the production of light. An explosive material consists of the chemical compound mixed with when they subject to the sudden shock, mechanical or thermal, get oxidized and release a huge amount of energy in extremely short period. When you focus on manufacturing of or production of explosive from 1200 BC, explosive material are available. First time the Chinese produced gunpowder. After that, number of discoveries take place. Alfred Nobel invented RDX. The characteristic of explosive are the chemical. They ignite, they make fragmentation to rock, they make displacement to rock, they shows ground vibration and air blast. Basically, explosive are carried out in a two part: low explosive and high explosive. Low explosive are like firework. These explosives are known as the deflagrating explosive. They are mild explosive which does not explode suddenly but burn with flame speed less than 100 meters per second. Liberate the gas. They simply burn, do not explode suddenly. Next is gunpowder. It is a simple powder which is made up of three components. One is potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur. When these three compounds mix with one another, it gives black powder or gunpowder. This chemical reaction. This is a gunpowder. After that, smokeless powder is also introduced. The primary explosive are the extensively sensitive and mechanical shock vibration, and they make affect to the human also. One of the major and simply usable compound is lead azide. It is one kind of explosive. Next one is the mercury filament. It is a white color explosive. It generates large amount of carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide. Terracin also one of the kind of explosive. Lead tiraphenate also explosive. DDMP, ammonium nitrate, TNT, trinitrotoluene. It is prepared by the nitration process with toluene. Use TNT, trinitrotoluene. This is chemical reaction. These are also some chemical which are used for the making of explosive. The most common and very dangerous material known as RDX, that is cyclonides. This is produced by the combination of hexamethylene tetramine with nitric acid, which gives RDX. RDX is nothing but research development explosive. Generally, it is used in a different agency to make a blast. It is white color in nature. Some are the binary explosion, also some are the plastic explosion also used. Next one is dynamite. It is also discovered by the Alfred Nobel. Gelatin plastic. So number of explosives are available. When we focus on this slide, we found that some famous bomb blast in India in 1993. Bomb explosion, RDX is used. After that, in Pulwama attack, RDX also used. In 26/11 terrorist attack at Mumbai, at that time also AK-47 RDX also used. Assam serial blast in 2008, RDX used, and other explosives also used. So it's all about my topic. Thank you.